I'm working on a card scraper here, and that's what I want to talk to you about today is sharpening a card scraper. I'm wearing a little GoPro so that you can see just what I'm going to see and get the details on how to get this completely sharp. Now, for full step-by-step how-to, way more in-depth, you can have a look at the woodworking class that covers sharpening a card scraper on the Woodworkers Guild of America website. But here's the overview of it. The card scraper has got these square edges, two faces, one edge here, that come up to make these square corners. One of the things that happens over time as you're using and burnishing the scraper is this edge is no longer straight from end to end. So after 6 or 8 burnishings, we need to come back and joint that edge. And that's what I'm doing with this file. I'm running it down the length of the card scraper so that I know that it's nice and flat. Now, once I know that it's straight from end to end, the next thing I want to do is eliminate these sharp corners, because that's a great way to catch your finger on there if you don't. So I'm just going to give that a pass or two. Now, if the file that you're using is real coarse, you're going to need to go one more step, which will be to run that edge back and forth over a whetstone to get it nice and smooth. In this case, my file is a real fine-tooth file, so I'm ready to go right to my burnisher. When I burnish this, I'm going to do that with a tool that is slightly harder than the card scraper itself. So when I press down on this, I can basically deform this edge by doing so. The first thing I want to do is deform the edge this way. So I'm going to do that by holding the card scraper flat on the table and running it over. I'll show you that in just a sec. I'm going to put a drop of oil on the scraper, and it just helps lubricate the process. Then, if this is 0 degrees, I'm going to hold that burnisher down about 5 degrees or so. We don't want to get real excessive there. What this process will do is take that currently square corner and deform it down this way a little bit. Now I'm from this side, I'm just going to flip it and do this side. There's enough oil left on the burnisher, I don't have to oil this side. Now, to turn that chip back, that burr back this way, we can do this a couple ways. One would be, again, if this is 0 or 90 degrees, I'm going to bring this back about 5 degrees. Once again, we don't want this to get excessive. I can feel the burr forming there. It's kind of small, so what I'm going to do is come back this way and deform it all again. That's much better. As an alternative method, you can also go into a vise. Now that burr being formed, let's have a look at what we've got here. Sounds good, feels good. Look at the nice curly shavings that we're getting, and that's the key to this. That's what we want. When we have dust instead of shavings, then your scraper is dull, and this all needs to be done again. So it's a process that's definitely worth mastering. Like I said, step by step, from jointing the edge to the whetstone to the burnisher, lots more information, including how to correctly hold the scraper so you get nice cuts out of it. All of that information is available as a woodworking class on the Woodworkers Guild of America website. So check that out and you'll be scraping tissue paper thin shavings in no time.